Hello, YouTube. Crazy Robot Lady here with part 5 of the Teddy Ruxpin Answer Box series. Today's tape is all about shapes. We will join Teddy and Gimmick once again as they discover all the joys of triangles, circles, and squares. And I had no idea there were so many triangles and circles and squares and everything. I hope all of you enjoy this. I am certainly feeling better, thanks to all of the prayers and good wishes and everything that you guys have sent me over the past month. Or so. So let's get started. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, lovely. Oh, this is good. Teddy, did I wake you up from your lovely hibernation, buddy? I am sorry, but it's time for you to work. You had a break on Monday while I was lying there in pain with my swollen lymph nodes and my infected ears. So now it's time for you to get to work. Let's go.
Hello, my friend. This is Teddy. And we've got lots to learn now. Ready? Why don't you push the button? Red or yellow, green or blue? Push the button. The answer box will answer you. It's lots of fun to play and learn. And the answer box gives you a turn. Why don't you push the button? Red or yellow, green or blue? Push the button. The answer box will answer you. Hi there. How are you? I'm glad you could join me for my new Teddy Ruxpin Answer Box story. Just push the button next to the picture which best answers the question I ask you. Push a button when you hear this sound. And always turn the page when you hear this sound. Everything has a shape. The shape of something helps you tell what it is. Balls have round shapes. Boxes have square shapes. Shapes are everywhere. One day, Newton Gimmick invented something that actually helped me see the shapes of things. Let me tell you the story. Turn to page 1. Are you on page 1?
No, not yet. Give me a second.
Gimmick and I were taking a walk near Rainbow Falls when we noticed all kinds of shapes in the clouds overhead. Look, Gimmick, I see a cloud shaped like a bunny. Shaped like a bunny, you say? Yes, I see it. And that cumulus cloud is shaped like a pony. A pony? Where? Oh, there it is. Right next to the cloud with a shape like a snowman. Do you see the snowman? Press the button next to the cloud with a shape like a snowman. That's it. The yellow button is next to the cloud with a shape like a snowman. Can you find the cloud that's shaped like a heart? Press the button next to the heart-shaped cloud. shapes in the clouds when Gimmick said, Teddy, look at the shapes over here. I see a whale. A whale? I don't see a cloud shaped like a whale. I'm not talking about the clouds now. I'm looking at shapes of things here on the ground.
Oh.
I couldn't find Gimmick's whale. Can you find it? On page 2, press the button next to the object that is shaped like a whale. There she blows! Of course, the log next to the blue button is shaped like a whale. Can you find the other hidden shapes on this page? What about the kitten? Press the button next to the kitten shape. That's the one! The rocks next to the yellow button make a kitten shape. And look at the duck shape in the pond. Gosh, when you use your imagination, shapes are everywhere. Shapes are everywhere, Teddy. As a matter of fact, just this morning I completed my newest invention. A shape mogrifier. A shape what-rifier? A shape mogrifier. A gadget that helps you view the elementary shape of an object. Let's go back to the house and I'll show you how it works. Are you on page 3? Here it is, the shape mogrifier. A revolutionary device for viewing the shape of any object. Well, it looks interesting, Gimmick. How does it work? Well, as you can see, by applying universal optical principles to fundamental geometric conditions, I've, Gimmick,
What?
could you just show me how the shape mogrifier works? Oh, why, yes. Just point the lens of the shape mogrifier at one of those charts taped to the wall. Each chart had pictures of things with round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes. Push the button next to the chart with the picture of a beach ball. That's right. The yellow button is correct. It's next to the chart with the beach ball on it. Okay, Gimmick, the lens is pointing at the chart with the beach ball. Now what happens? Now turn the knob that's shaped like a big donut and look through the viewer. What do you see? Gimmick, this is amazing. The shape mogrifier outlines the beach ball's round shape. It also outlines the round shape of all the other round things on the chart. Certainly. Another one of my wonderful inventions, the shape of things to come. Looking into the viewer was fun. It made a glowing circle around all the round objects on the chart. On page 4, push the button next to the round shape that you might see at Halloween. You're right. The blue button is correct. It's next to the Halloween pumpkin. Push the button next to the picture of the round shape that you might eat in a salad. The tomato! The red button is correct. It's next to the picture of the tomato, which has a round shape. Okay, Gimmick, the shape mogrifier works on round shapes, but what about other shapes, like triangles? You know, shapes with 3 sides? No problem. Point the lens at the chart filled with pictures that have triangle shapes. I pointed the gizmo at the chart with the butterflies. It worked again, Gimmick. Look at the butterflies. They have triangle shapes on their wings. I knew it would work. Gimmick was quite happy with his invention. It really worked. Triangle shapes like the flags over a castle, really showed up through the viewer. Next, I looked at a picture of a piece of boggleberry pie through the viewer. On page 5, push the button next to the piece of boggleberry pie that's shaped like a triangle. That's it! The red button is next to the piece of boggleberry pie. It's shaped like a triangle. Next, I looked for the triangle shape in the sails on the picture of the boat. Suddenly, the shape magnifier began to act up.
Uh-oh.
Push the button next to the boat with the triangle-shaped sails. Sail away! The green button is next to the boat with the triangle-shaped sails. Gimmick, something's wrong with the shape magnifier. This triangle shape on the boat doesn't look right. Maybe it has something to do with the triangle shapes. Let's try it with the square shapes. Point the lens at the chart of pictures with square shapes. Square shapes, as you know, have 4 sides, and each of the 4 sides is exactly the same length. Like a piece of paper or the side of a box. Press the button next to something you read that might have a square shape.
A book.
The book! The blue button is correct.
I just
A book
guessed.
can have a square shape. Then I pointed the shape magnifier at a picture of a train car. Gimmick, it's happening again. The square shape doesn't look right. It probably needs a slight adjustment. There, that should do it. Let's continue on page 7. Gimmick, will the shape magnifier work on any shape? Of course. Any shape. Why? Well, what about this picture of a gatang? That's when it happened. I pointed the shape magnifier at the picture of a gatang and... Oh dear, my invention. What happened? Gee, Gimmick, I don't know. I only pointed the shape magnifier at the gatang and it went to pieces. You know, it acted strangely before on the pictures of the sailboat and the train car. Oh my, I'll have to start all over again. Probably some basic principle I've overlooked. Gimmick went right to work on his shape magnifier. I knew he'd probably need his charts, so I took them to him. Push the button next to Gimmick's charts of round, triangle, and square shapes.
So,
Thanks. The blue button is next to the charts of round, triangle, and square shapes. It didn't take long for Gimmick to fix the shape magnifier. I pointed it at the picture of the gatang once more. And I heard more sputters and groans.
oh no.
Through the viewer, I could see round, square, and triangle shapes flickering across the picture of the gatang. Press the button next to the picture of the gatang.
Oops.
No, not there.
Guys, I got so into this story that I forgot what page I'm on.
That's it. The yellow button is correct. It's next to the picture of the gatang. Gimmick, I'm afraid there's still a problem. Shapes are flickering all over the gatang. Oh dear, I suppose I'll have to take the thing apart and go over each component very carefully. I'm sorry it isn't working, Gimmick. I'll go for a walk while you fix the shape magnifier. See you in a while. Okay, Teddy. I'll get to work right away. Whoops, it's time to turn the book over. The picture on this page will help you. Look for the words Start Part 2 on the back. Then we'll be ready to go again. Now, do you see the words Start Part 2? Turn to page 9 and we'll go on with the story. After leaving the house, I looked for shapes all over Gimmick's Valley. Look, there's a balloon. It's round like a circle. Can you find other round shapes on this page? Press the button next to the round shapes you would use for playing ball games. Yes. The wagon next to the green button is full of round-shaped balls. Not every shape is perfectly round, though, like eggs or stones, or even the pond over there. And triangle shapes can be put together to make new shapes, like a crystal or a snowflake. Can you see the 4 triangle shapes all put together that make something you might fly in the air? Press the button next to the item that looks like 4 triangle shapes tied to a string. Yes. Is next to the kite. It looks like 4 triangle shapes all put together. You could even combine lots of triangle shapes to make a grunge guitar. Let's learn more about shapes on page 11. Soon, I began to see how most things in the yard looked a lot like squares. The boards on Gimmick's house are like squares that have been stretched, and a box has a combination of a lot of square shapes. Can you find 2 squares that have been put together to let more light into the house? Press the button next to the 2 square shapes that let in light. Yes. The blue button is next to the window. It has 2 square shapes. The house also has round-shaped windows and a triangle-shaped roof. I didn't realize that something could be made of more than one shape. Hey, wait a minute. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Gimmick's shape modifier probably got confused when something was made of more than one kind of shape, like the Gatang, who is made of round shapes and triangle shapes. Round shapes, triangles, and squares are used to make all shapes. I ran back to tell Gimmick what I discovered. Gimmick was making his own discoveries back home. I think I'm getting somewhere now. The sailboat had triangle-shaped sails, but it also had round portholes. And the train car had more than just square shapes. It even had round wheels. And then there was the picture of the Gatang. It had round shapes and triangle shapes. Now, what does that mean? Triangle shape, round shape, square shape. It's all there on my blackboard. Do you see what Gimmick has drawn? Press the button next to the drawing on the blackboard that might have solved Gimmick's problem.
I lost my place again, guys.
No. Gimmick's drawing is next to the yellow button. It's elementary. Everything can be made out of round shapes, triangles, and squares. I'll adjust the shape modifier to handle all 3 shapes at the same time. I can't wait to tell Teddy.
Turn to page 13. Thank you.
When I got home, I could tell right away that Gimmick had made the same discovery about shapes. Teddy, guess what? I fixed it. I fixed the shape modifier. I found this old toy of yours. It's perfect. It's made out of all 3 shapes. I see what you mean, Gimmick. That's great. What toy is Gimmick talking about? Press the button next to the toy that that help Gimmick solve the problem. Precisely! The blue button is next to the jack-in-the-box. It has a triangle shape, a round shape, and a square shape.
When I found the jack-in-the-box with all of its different shapes, it all came together. Let's go for a walk, Teddy. I'll show you how the shape magnifier works now.
Okay, Gimmick. Let's turn to page 14.
Now, Teddy, as you will see, the shape magnifier no longer gets confused when shapes are put together.
Then with the new shape magnifier, we'll be able to see shapes in all kinds of unusual places. Hey, there are some of our friends playing together. Let's look at them through the shape magnifier.
Oh my.
Press the button next to our friends that have round shapes on them.
You got it!
The green button is next to Grubby and the Fob. They have round shapes. Press the button next to our friend that has triangle shapes.
Hooray!
The blue button is next to Leota. She has triangle shapes. There are shapes all over Grundo. Triangle shapes, round shapes, and square shapes. The tops of King Nogbert's castle are shaped like triangles. The giant blocks that were used to build the Great Wall of Ying are square-shaped blocks. And Tweeg's cannonballs,
Round objects of rotundity. You know, Teddy, there's one place I'm thinking of that has all three shapes.
you're right, Gimmick. I know what you're thinking of. It's made up of round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes. Can you guess what we're talking about? Press the button next to it on page 15.
Exactly.
The green button is next to Gimmick's house. It has round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes. When we got home, Gimmick made another discovery.
You know, Teddy, there's a perfect example of something made with all three shapes right here in this room. We've had it with us all along.
We have? It's made up of round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes?
Exactly.
Can you guess what Gimmick's talking about? Press the button next to it.
Ah, no, it wasn't blue, it was red.
Not there.
The yellow button is next to the shape magnifier. It has round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes. So that's the story of how Gimmick invented the shape magnifier.
I labeled that
In
one
the land of
wrong.
Grundo, shapes are everywhere. Round shapes, triangle shapes, and square shapes. And there are lots of different shapes that can be made out of these shapes. Take a look around your world. What shapes do you see? Shapes are here, shapes are there. Different shapes are everywhere. Round, triangle, and square. Shapes are everywhere. A box or a book can be a square. A ball or bubbles round. A flag can be a triangle. The shapes are all around. And if we look real carefully, we'll see them all combined. Let's look around the neighborhood for shapes of every kind. I bet there's a lot of them. Shapes are here, shapes are there. Different shapes are everywhere. Round, triangle, and square. Shapes are everywhere. Shapes are everywhere.
Wow, Teddy, you did so good on this tape. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Alright, guys. I'm sorry I made so many mistakes in this one. First of all, I labeled page 16 wrong. I put it as a red button, but it was yellow. And I somehow pressed the blue button. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Oh, but the right one. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell so you will know whenever I put up new content. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.